All right. Uh, Welcome back, everybody. It is Monday night, which means it's time for some more Silent Hill 2. And we've got Muppy, aka Sin the Dark Body, over here as well.
I'm hanging.
And we've got my PS2 all raring to go. And let's just hope it reads. Let's hope it reads the disc, because it might not.
Geriatric old PS2, raring to go with its walker.
I wish. I wish I had my first fat PS2, but I made the stupid mistake of buying the slim PS2. It was the largest gaming mistake I've ever made. And I have a
I would
copy
have
of
said it
Circus
was.
Caper.
I would have said it was my mistake, but my PS2 went out on me before I got the slim one.
See, my fat one was just a trooper. You couldn't play DVDs, but it was a trooper. And I sold it to get one of the slim PS2s. And I went through four of them, or three of them, under warranty. They would just burn out.
My slim actually lasted a pretty long time, and then it just out of nowhere after years. Really, it did last a long time. I must have gotten one of the really lucky ones.
Yeah,
But it
I
just
mean,
died out of nowhere.
you play a lot less than I do.
Yeah, I guess playtime is probably
I
really
mean,
what the
I'm
issue
pretty sure it
was.
was a heat sinking problem that they didn't they didn't heat sink it properly, and so like I went through one and it was under warranty, and I went through another one and it was still under warranty, and I went through a third one and it was still under warranty, and then the fourth one died like right after the warranty ran out.
Now that you mention it, I'm trying to remember. I did something to one of my PS2s. I might have added a heatsink to that
Maybe.
PS2, so maybe that's why mine lasted so long.
Well, that would have been a smart thing to do if I had thought to do it, but I did not. So I sold my breaking or broken PS2 and bought another fat one, but it was not as nice a fat one as the one I originally had. Anyway, ready to get started?
I am all set. Let's silent this hill.
Okay, well. Is there nothing in here? Or is there... Oh wait, this is a puzzle. We didn't check this out last time. I totally missed it. There's
It
something...
was
First lies the seat of he who is peerless, silent and empty. Heartless and fearless. Beside him sits one who knows the place of the servant is next to the throne. Okay, so... One is peerless. Next to him is knowledge. Then the place of the servant is next to throne. Servant next to throne. And, oh god, there's more of it. Dozens of feet, yet not a single toe. The one that is hidden beside him doth go. Seducer of dreams, creature of Hades, lying further from man and closer to lady. Hey, they actually made it rhyme.
not bad. Not bad at all.
Most translators won't go to that trouble. Man and woman seeing all, heedless to the raven's call. Silent and hidden, the two may be. They be not there for you to see. Return to them whence they would be, and blessings shall descend on thee. Is this like the safe where there's just going to be a bunch of handgun bullets in there? Speak thus with the North Star behind me. The birth of the sun is the start of the story. And then there's just five 1-inch round depressions. Oh, God. We have an old man coin. Oh, boy. Well, we need 5 coins. We need to collect 5 coins to put in 5 slots in the correct order. Maybe I shouldn't have picked the hard version of the puzzles. My God.
Are you sure you're not supposed to put one of the coins in now?
I don't. I can't imagine that it would do anything to do it now. You know what? Whatever. First aid kit.
Can you put the first aid kit in it?
I doubt it. It's not the right shape. Can I kill this thing or not? It's like, it just drains my health. Like, look at that.
You were able to step on one earlier.
Yeah, but like I can't... I'm having trouble doing that here for some reason. There we go. Now it's dead. Okay. It's in the room with the door near the first floor oh no, are you kidding me? Can't enter that room either, I think. Yeah, alright. So last time there was a door with a note on it.
Wasn't that the door with the guy that was vomiting?
Was it? I thought it was a different door. There was a door that we couldn't get into.
Oh, I thought you
Okay, managed to kill that one without taking any damage. It was up on the second floor, I think. This is open. My radio's not freaking out. Something on the floor here. Oh. Oh, handgun ammo. Wait, what did it say? Stuffed animal. Belonged to the kid that used to live here. So it's interesting. In Silent Hill 1, there were really only like 2 different levels of of evil in Silent Hill. There was, this is kind of normal but kind of gray, and then there was everything is a friggin' metal grate, right?
Right.
That doesn't seem to be the case in this one. Like, this is clearly darker than the other side of the apartment building, but like not. Oh, whoa. Hold on, cutscene.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, I'm James.
Angela.
Angela, okay. I don't know what you're planning, but there's always another way.
Really?
She was just gonna make a salad.
But you're the same as me. It's easier just to run. Besides, is what we deserve.
No, I'm not like you.
Are you afraid? I'm sorry.
It's okay. Did you find your mother?
Not yet. She's not anywhere.
Did she live in this apartment building?
I don't know.
So, all you know is she lived in this town.
What did you say?
Well, I just figured, 'cause this is where you're looking for her. How else would I know?
Yeah,
Am I right?
I'm so tired.
So, why did you come to this town anyway?
I'm sorry. Did you find the person you're looking for?
Not yet. Her name's Mary. She's my wife.
I'm
2
sorry.
inches from her face.
It's okay. Anyway, she's dead. I don't know why I think she's here.
She's dead?
Don't worry. I'm not crazy. At least, I don't think so.
I've got to find my mama.
Should I go with you? This town's dangerous. Now I know what you meant back there in the cemetery.
I'll be okay by myself. Besides, I'd just slow you down.
What about that?
Will you hold it for me?
Sure. No problem.
If I kept it, I'm not sure what I might do. I'm sorry. I've been bad. Please don't.
Well, free knife yoink.
Yeah, I guess so. It's interesting because there's a lot more character interaction in this than the first one, which, I mean, I must say I enjoy that. But look at this.
This music sounds a lot like the soundtrack for Higanbana.
It does have kind of similarity to it, yeah. Hold on, let's. You think the little girl in the picture is Angela, or is that white part like ripped out, or what is that? I don't know. I can't even tell.
Might be folded over.
Yeah, I can't pick it up though, so.
It's the picture that came with the carpet.
It's interesting that feels like it might be a clue as to like what's going on with James, right? Like Harry in the first one, you know, like the bad ending, he basically was just dead in the car crash. But like if what's his name here is if James here is here because he was suicidal or attempted or committed suicide, that might be like his reason for being here. So now we have 2 coins. No more in the garbage chute there. So this is the room near the first floor staircase. So the implication seems to be that we need to solve that puzzle. Maybe the key is inside this little dresser thing. Thoughts? Oh. It looks like we lost Muppy. Maybe he'll be back. Oh, he actually disconnected from Discord entirely, actually. Huh. Well, all I can think of is that we haven't really explored... Is this open? This is open, right? We came over from the second floor. Hey, Spookle BG. Sorry, not sure if I'm pronouncing your name right. Spook, okay. I'm good, how are you? So I was thinking I could get into the third floor over here and maybe there's more stuff over here, but apparently not. So let's check out the second floor a little bit more carefully. I played through a good chunk of this game a while back, like when it came out, kind of thing. But I never finished it, and I'm kind of on like a Silent Hill, I don't know, thing right now. I just finished streaming the first one. I got the worst ending, but you know, I'll do some more of that later. And yeah, I'm picking up this one now. These are games that I've had and never like actually bothered to finish, so. Oftentimes when I have a game that I want to play but can't find the time, I put it on my stream schedule. It's just locked. Interesting. What was that? Yeah, they've gotten pretty expensive at this point. I mean, I've heard that Silent Hills 2 and 3 are both really good. I've heard people say that they like 3 the best, but I've also heard people say they like 2 the best. I would say that number 4 is kind of like the black sheep of the series. It doesn't have the nostalgia factor of the first one, and it kind of does a very different play on Silent Hill. So if you can find a copy of 2 or 3 for a reasonable price, you will probably enjoy that. There's a memo. Oh, I already got that. I pulled the wallet out of the toilet last time. And we opened up the safe last time. So right now, I'm hunting for coins. Oh, okay, Sin the Dark Body. Good that you didn't, like, completely lose power or whatever. I would say the first one is definitely worth a try. You definitely want to get the right introduction to series, and the first one really hits it out of the park. It graphically, it's aged kind of poorly, but it's still a really good game. This is interesting. Oh, I can get through the door into the north stairwell. If I go all the way over here... Wait, oh no, it's locked. Arg. I have to run an errand, so I'm going out. Let the house with Uncle David in the room near the first floor staircase. Back as soon as I can. I would say... As the question about Silent Hill versus Resident Evil, it depends on what you want. Silent Hill is very atmospheric, and the combat is very, like, you know, it's very awkward, right? But Silent Hill is mostly an atmosphere, and Resident Evil. A lot of people have the opposite opinion of me, but I really thought Resident Evil 4 was really good because I didn't feel incompetent. I didn't feel like my character was incompetent, right? In Resident Evil 1, you're playing as like a member of STARS, like this, you know, paramilitary police force thing. And like, frankly, their gun handling is worse than amateur. And I always felt like that made Resident Evil less enjoyable. It's like, you should kind of feel a little bit like a badass when you're playing a game. Unless, like, that's part of the game is to not be a badass. And Silent Hill, you're very much not a badass. But, like, Resident Evil 4... Leon was actually pretty awesome in that game, as far as it goes. And so, I enjoyed that one a lot. Code Veronica was good. I mean, Resident Evil got better up until 4, and then it decayed. And then Silent Hill was good up through 3, and probably 4, depending on how close you call it. And then it kind of went down after that, so, I don't know. They both have their purposes. I haven't streamed. The combat system of Silent Hill is pretty basic. It's tank controls and swing a thing or shoot a gun. And like the characters aren't really like, they're not good gun handlers. So like you miss a lot, and that's by design. Yeah. I mean, Silent Hills 1 through 4, as far as I remember playing them, you know, it's pretty basic combat. Dozens of feet and not a single toe. The one that is hidden beside him to go. Seducer dreams, creature of Hades, lying further from man, closer to the lady. Man and woman seeing all, heedless to the raven's call. You know what? Maybe there's only 2 keys here. Yeah, it's a woman. An old man. I think this might be all we need, actually. Okay, let's read this carefully, because I think that we can actually solve this. First lies the seed of he who is peerless, silent, and empty. Yeah, the OST for 2 and 3 are both really, really good. The atmosphere in 1 is really solid too. There's a lot of really strong horror elements. Silence sits one who knows. The place of the servant is next to the throne. Dozens of feet. The one that is hidden. Lying further from man and closer to lady. Man and woman seeing all, heedless to the raven's call. Oh. So, the cool thing about Silent Hill 2 is that it actually has a difficulty choice for the riddles. I chose the hard riddles because I kind of enjoy the puzzles. They're not necessarily as exciting, I guess, as the running and fighting, but like I feel like you can't really play the game over and over again for the riddles, so may as well choose hard if you're able to. Okay. My favorite JRPGs. Oh, that's... I gotta say, I have... From this era, I would say that my two favorite series are Wild Arms and Suikoden. I like all of those games. Suikoden 4 is kind of a black sheep, but I still think it's decent. And Wild Arms 4 is also kind of a black sheep, but it's a decent game. How did I manage to be introduced to those series? I had a friend. Well, I mean, so I'm old. I'm very old. I was in high school when these games came out. So I actually picked them up like, when we're me and yeah, you're so yeah, I'm nearly 40. I mean, it is difficult to get these games nowadays, but honestly, you can. So few people actually care if you actually just like emulate them at this point. I don't know. It's nice to have an old collection of games, but at some point, all these discs are gonna fail. This didn't work either. All right, we'll take both the coins out and look at this. Look at the riddle again. That's the wrong button. It's difficult to get old games in a lot of places, but there are a lot of remakes these days, and there is like a pretty solid there's a pretty solid like set of things that you can get on Steam. So that's true. You don't get the same feeling from emulating the games than collecting them. That is true, but like you shouldn't. There's a certain level at which you should let your gaming hobby consume your disposable income. I would recommend, if you want to try a really good pair of I lost my connect. There we go. Hold on, my controller's failing. There it goes. So you might try Grandia and Grandia 2 on Steam. Those are both, that's another really good series that I didn't mention, but both of those games have been released on Steam, And from what I understand, they did an update for Grandia 1, and they might have also done an update for Grandia 2. Those are both games that you can now get cheaply thanks to, remakes and stuff. I mean, yeah, it's tough because a lot of that old stuff was it okay? So it was an HD remaster of both games. So those are definitely worth checking out. Because if they did the HD remaster, then it must be actually like made to work well on a PC and not like a garbage port. I hope. I would give those a try. They're very they have a very bright atmosphere. They're very bright, happy games, for the most part. Grandia 2 is a little darker, but not much. They're also very, anime and cartoony, but a lot of the JRPGs are like that. Yeah, it's tough to get the old stuff these days, but fortunately there's enough. I have a copy of Rogue Galaxy. I have a copy of Rogue Galaxy on PS2. I never finished it. I probably will play through that on one of these days because that game was really cool. And I made it 3/4 of the way through the game, and then something else came out that consumed my attention. And I forgot where I was. Rogue Galaxy is fun. Rogue Galaxy is fun. This one's a little slower, but Rogue Galaxy is just exciting. The one that is hidden. I don't remember much about the story of Rogue Galaxy, but I remember it was very, kind of had that Western sci-fi, Star Wars-y kind of feel, so it was fun. Maybe I'll play that on stream one of these days. Dozens of feet. Okay, so no, it's fine. I'm trying to think about the puzzle a little bit too, but no, it's good to have chat in the chat. But let's try to think through this a little bit. We only have 2 coins, and we've kind of gone everywhere that we can, I think. At least in this building. Yeah, it does sound like a directional... And you're right, Sin, because the 2 coins, one is a man, one is a woman, one faces left, one faces right. I tried that, though. I put the man and the woman on the outskirts, and it didn't work. First... Yeah, so... maybe there's more? Well, okay, so let's back up. Let's assume that there are more coins. And, if there are more coins, where would they be? That's not the right button. How many games... So Spooky, me and Sin the Dark Body are actually, friends from high school. And it's how many games, Sin, have you bought because I bought it? And it was you should try this. And then you never played it. I feel kind of bad, actually. You have all these games that you haven't played. We do. We're on Discord. Well, at least we were on Discord a little earlier. I haven't set up a Discord server for my stream chat, usually because I don't have a whole lot of people in my chat, and so I didn't think there was a reason to do it, but I could set that up. Give me a second here. Gaming template. Clubber community. Create. And invite. And I mean, I'll just put it in the chat. Why not? If people want to join my Discord and hang out, then they can join my Discord and hang out. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, I haven't noticed any problem with your English so far, so everything is good. I mean, you will find so many native English speakers will often just type errors in chats and things like that all the time. So don't worry about it. All right. So maybe we haven't explored enough. Maybe we have more places to look for. I don't know. We haven't been to the third floor on the left, but we've been basically everywhere else, as far as I can tell. So what are we missing? .209 is still locked. That's the one where we need the key from the room near the first floor staircase, which is where we're at right now. Arg. I can't think of any place where we would need more coins, where we would get them. Okay, first is empty. Beside him sits one who knows. The place of the servant is next to the throne. Yes, I can. You mean to the Sin? You want me to re-add you to the sound? Hold on, let me. And boop.
Am I back?
You are back.
Good.
Okay. First lies the seat of he who is peerless, silent, and empty. That means the first coin slot is empty, I suspect. Beside him sits one who knows. Dozens of feet, yet not a single toe. The one that is hidden beside him doth go. Seducer of dreams, creature of Hades, lying further from man and closer to lady. Seducer of dreams is probably the raven. Man and woman seeing all, heedless to the raven's call. Silent hidden the two may be, they be not there for you to see. Return them to whence they would be, and blessings shall descend on thee. The birth of the sun is the start of the story.
Yeah, we're going to need the rest of these coins to figure this out.
Well, no, I think that there might not be any more coins. Right? So
You really think so?
well, like let me give you evidence here. The evidence that I have here is that the first one says silent and empty. That's I think a hint. And then there's one that is hidden, right? And then there's heedless to the raven's call. So, like, the throne and the raven are two, and they're silent and hidden. Return them to whence they would be, and blessing shall. But then that kind of suggests that's the people. It's weird.
No, there's got to be more to it than that. We're missing something.
You think so? I don't know. We haven't tried a whole lot of. Maybe I did it backwards in the sense that like instead of having the man and the woman facing each other, they should be facing away from each other. Then I put this one here. That's not it either. I don't know. There might be one more coin, but I just spent some time looking at the map, and I can't find a place that we haven't at least tried to explore, right?
Well, if I'm totally honest, I haven't committed much of the map to memory yet.
Well,
so
we can take a look at it again,
I'm
right?
not really sure.
So here I am in 105. You see that? Is it up?
Yep, I see it.
Okay. So I can go into 109. I've been in there. 109 is where we met Angela again, right? But every other...
You've been back since, right?
Since we met her, no.
Try going back.
Okay, I'll go back. But all those doors that are like jagged squiggly lines, those are all doors that can't be opened.
Well, that's because they're resistors. You can't get through.
Oh, that's a terrible joke. You're a monster.
I've actually made that joke twice now.
You're right. You did make it last time, didn't you?
I think so, yeah.
As a
Double monster.
As a super serious streamer, I demand funnier, better, original jokes from you. So there's two doors here. One I can't open. And the other one is where Angela was. And we got one key in there, or one coin in there. The other thing I'm trying to pay attention to is I'm looking at James's face to see if he like turns towards something. But he's not looking at anything. He's just 1,000 yards staring straight ahead.
Yeah, there's nothing going on up there. Smash that mirror.
Okay, I'll try it. I cannot. It is an invincible mirror.
It has a cushion of air between it and you.
Oh, I have a thought. Angela's knife. It's stained with something red. He's not using it as a weapon though. He doesn't plan to use it as a weapon. So maybe it's a puzzle piece somewhere. Maybe he just stab something with the knife in order to solve a puzzle.
Have we come across a sheet or a rug or anything we can cut that looks like there might be something to it?
Oh, you know what? We might have. We might have. We might have. I think it was on a different floor. Hold on, I'm gonna try. Can't use that. There was a door on one of the other floors that had. It looked like it had a sheet over it or something. That might be something. I'm trying to. Oh wow, that's a great collection, Spooky. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, that's a great. That is a awesome collection. If anyone is watching, if anyone's watching this and they want to join the Discord, hop in and you can see the pictures. He's got stacks of. Gosh, it must be a couple hundred games on this shelf. It's beautiful.
I'm seeing a PS2 Shadow of the Colossus and 2 copies of Rogue Galaxy in there.
That is awesome. Shadow of the Colossus is fantastic. When I started hooking up my PS2 to the TV in my living room, I was like, what games do I want to bring out here? And it was like, well, Silent Hill 2, and let's see, we've got Shinobi for PS2, which is a fantastic game. I've got Katamari Damacy and Shadow of the Colossus and Ring of Red. Those are the 5 that I was like, these are the games I want to play. Yeah, you see this? This is like a sheet door. Can I do something with this? No. Dang it. I was hopeful.
can't remember any landmarks specifically that you could use a knife for.
The thing is that there aren't really that many.
It could be a puzzle later on in the game.
Herc's Adventure on PS1. I have not heard of Herc's Adventure on PS1. Have you, Sin?
I've heard of it. I have no idea what it is, though.
Is it? Yeah, I don't know. I've never heard of that one. I don't know if it's like a. Is it like a, what kind of game is it? Is it an action game or?
Wasn't that the one with the guy in the golden suit on the cover, kind of polygonal looking?
I don't know.
I might be thinking of a totally different game.
For some reason, Herc's Adventure makes me think of like Asterix and Obelisk.
Yeah, that might be what I'm thinking of.
Like one of those cool European comics where they like have lots of really cool adventures and like they made it into a game.
Oh yeah, he's got a picture of it. I don't recognize that.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't think I've ever seen that before.
I have never played that before. I'll have to look it up. So we can try to go back. You bought it for $1. That is awesome. Sometimes you find things like that at like people don't know what they've got. That is a solid buy. Awesome. I found something like that at a what's it called? There's this place where I used to live called Gibraltar Trade Center, where they had like a lot of just like random like people selling stuff, like a flea market kind of place. And I picked up a game there called Samurai Gunman, which I've never seen anywhere else. But like, it's actually kind of cool. It's a very weird game, but I feel like it might be kind of in that same category of like. Oh, we've got. I already reached in here, didn't I?
Yes, but I don't remember anything happening.
Well, he says there's nothing in the hole, so I guess it's okay. That lock is broken.
The best purchase I ever got, if I don't count my weird collection of Sega Saturn games, is probably when I picked up that Sakura Wars Dreamcast for $100.
Nice. Store where people do donations of old stuff that you can buy right after. That's a really those kinds of stores are really good for that kind of thing. This room has all the music, but has all the atmosphere music, but there's nothing in here.
Might be a really good set of speakers in there.
Man. Okay, so the stairwell is available. Room 205. I mean, it's possible that I missed this coin in one of these other rooms. It's the only thing I can think of. Metroid Zero Mission for 60 cents. That is a solid that is an excellent
absolute
purchase.
steal.
Yeah, that is a steal. Oh man. Yeah, that game is both really good and now at this point it's probably like really expensive. So we were in. So we're back. We're back on this side, right? And we're going through rooms that we were in before. So if you see James's head turn, holler. I'm trying to look too, but...
Or if there's anything we can stab with a knife.
Yeah, if there's something we can stab with a knife. Yeah, Zero Mission is a fantastic game, and you get halfway through it and you think you're done, and then you're like, oh, I'm not done. This game's only half over. I mean, for a long time, nobody thought that collecting games would be a thing, you know? Like, do you remember... Hey, Sin, do you remember, like, Funko Land having, like, all these NES games for, like, $3?
Oh yeah, there were games they were selling for like $2-3 back then that would go for $150-$200 today.
Yeah, and it's just... I mean, the thing is that they're kids' toys, so they get broken a lot, and the supply just goes down and down and down.
Kingdom Hearts is a series I never played. I don't know anything about it other than it's a mix of Squaresoft and Disney stuff.
I played the first one a bit. It is a solid action adventure, like RPG style action adventure. Lots of jumping and cutting, and it's fun. And like the characters, and it's nice in the sense that like the PS2 kind of era was like made for cartoon characters. You could do cell shading, you could have pretty low poly counts, and things could look pretty good. And so, like, the game looks pretty decent. And so I only played it for a couple hours. I wasn't, like, a huge fan, but, like, I wouldn't say that anyone who does like it is, like, making a mistake. Especially if you, like the Disney stuff and the stories that they made up for it, which were pretty cool.
I do remember that it had that really famous, or that the theme song from the first game was really famous for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, I might have to pick one of those up one of these days and give them another shot, because like it's one of those games where like I think my sister. I don't know if that. I mean, probably that's the title. I would assume you would know better than I would, Spooky.
I can't remember what it was called either.
Yeah,
It was the very first Kingdom Hearts game. It was the music for the intro.
I don't get it. It's like I glitched something. It's got the Pyramid Head music and everything. Oh, wait. Is this something? Oh, no. Yeah, I might have to give Kingdom Hearts another try one of these days. It was one of those games that I think my sister bought it, and I was like, I don't know if I want to play this. And I'm like, but now it's like, maybe I should.
I started a game in the first one, but I didn't get very far. I forget what else I ended up playing instead.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
It was like the exact period where I started slowing down on playing games, but the PS2, that was like, I slowly went from playing almost anything to when the PS2 came out, I started playing almost nothing but RPGs.
The PS2 was a good system for that. There were a lot of really good RPG series on the PS2.
There's still a ton of RPGs that I want to pick up for the PS2. A lot of them that I saw you play, like Manakemia and what was the one that began with an R? It wasn't Radiata. It was or no, not an R. Maybe it was Magna Carta.
Magna Carta is not... I never played Magna Carta. I know it is a game, but I don't know if it was on PS2.
Was it Manakemia, the game where your character could go around kicking everything to find items?
Yeah, and then there was also... what was
That's
it?
the game I was thinking of.
There was the Alchemist game.
One of the Atelier games?
Atelier Iris, yeah. The Atelier Iris series, 1 through 3.
Yeah, I never played the second or third one. I've still got the first one.
The second one was really good.
I hit a point in the first one where I couldn't figure out where to go next, and then I had a whole bunch of distractions happen in life, and I never got back to it. So I never finished that one, but I think I still got my save for it somewhere.
Yeah, I still have all my old memory cards. But, like, I feel like everything on there, I'm just gonna, like, not remember where I'm at in the game. Okay, we've got something here. I hear the radio is going nuts. Is it possible that I missed this area?
It could just be that now that you've done something, going back opens up new things happening, new events.
Maybe. Oh. I wonder. Oh, but I'll have to come back up the other way. There's 2 rooms I can explore here. There's 307 coming up. That's a good question. I mean, I would say that the original copies of these games aren't going to get any cheaper, probably. There's not a whole lot of reason for that to happen. But what's been a thing is re-releases. Everybody loves re-releases. So, like, the question is the game series that you're interested in going to be good enough to get a re-release? And this music...
Maybe you're supposed to get outside of the building.
On the plus side, there have been people who've been doing things with retro video games, like making like their own little fan re-releases, like Mother 3 on GBA only came out in Japan, but somebody did a translation and they basically started selling a hacked version of the game that had the translation installed. So, like, there are opportunities like that, too. It'd be nice
I think the retro games will keep a bit of their value. I don't think that they'll go down anytime soon, but if they do, it won't be too much. I think that there will always be something out of it until something happens that causes them to be on the road. And even then, I can't really see it for sure because every Famicom or Nintendo could break down 10 years from now, and you'd still be able to find ways to hook the cartridges up to a computer, so you could build your own computer that can play them. People already build retro machines that play old cartridges.
Oh, you're right. There's that company Analog that basically produces like FPGA based Super Nintendos and stuff, and they're expensive as hell. But like they are an opportunity to get brand new working Super Nintendo hardware that's like actually like what's the word like circuit wise it's they're functionally identical.
I think with the movement towards digital games, that's going to change. Like nothing that's coming out today is probably ever going to be a collector's item, because everything coming out is both released digitally and hard copies, and the hard copies need to be unlocked through the device that you play them on anyway.
I mean, the trend these days is to make tchotchkes to sell with your game, to make the limited edition special, right? Like, it comes with this limited edition figure, the blah 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 blah. You know what? Actually, though, is actually a cool idea. Is that technically speaking, if you wanted to, there are companies that just license these old games, right? And then they take that license and they re-release the game digitally on like a modern console. Like there were a bunch of PS3 games or a bunch of releases on the PS3 by this random company that just like bought a bunch of licenses for these Japanese only PS1 games and then released them in the English market on PS3.
Yeah, I remember that. I bought a bunch of them.
Yeah, I bought a bunch of those too. Like Lup Salad was one of them. That was really good.
And Tokimeki and there were a couple of like the dating sims.
Yeah. And unfortunately, that stuff is like really niche, but like that business model is a thing that other people could do.
Yeah, if we're just talking about the retro games themselves, the cartridges and the discs that nobody's making anymore, they'll probably have pretty good. There'll probably be a good market for them until there's no longer anything to play them on, or until someone finds a way that it just makes it pointless to go out and buy them.
Yeah. There's a lot of like cheap. There's a lot of really cheap, like secondary goods coming out these days. Like I bought a box that was supposed to contain like 5 different gaming controllers, and it did. They were all the same shapes as like the original game versions, but like the quality was garbage.
Well, that's another aspect of it too. Like, there's that company that releases those games that are heavily based off of Castlevania Symphony of the Night.
Yep.
Like the D-Lit Temple Labyrinth game, and all the Toho games that play similarly to Symphony of the Night.
Yeah. So you think in 50 years retro video games will be... So I mean, you could be right. At that point, it's going to be really hard to find anything to play those games on, which would be one reason for them to get cheap.
Well, in 50 years, it's going to be hard to find anyone that remembers anything that, or even remembers most of those games. Like, people aren't going to remember what was a classic and what wasn't as much. That'll be like a really niche thing by that time. So, yeah, that could be the case, that they just kind of end up like vinyls, and a whole new generation would have to go into, backroom shops and find these games and, discover them for any of them to really become popular again.
Yeah. I mean, personally, my desire to collect video games is not for the resale value anyway, so... There is a group of people of your generation who do like retro stuff. They just don't know about it. And so, we need...
It definitely does wane, though, because, like, there's a
Yeah.
lot of people in our generation that like retro stuff. The generation right after us, there's a decent amount of people that are into retro stuff. And then, when you get down to where you're talking, like 15, 16 years old, that generation is definitely a lot less interested in retro things.
Well, part of the thing is that...
But they'll have their own retro stuff 20 years from now.
I mean, you said you were 16, Spooky. I mean, right now at this point, you don't have a whole lot of disposable income. And retro... I can totally understand why people your age would not want to spend their disposable income on ancient technology. I don't know. What do you think, Sin?
I am largely of the opinion that even if I had a lot of money at that age, which I didn't, I think that I just looked at, what could I do that was fun, that was cheap, and sometimes it just happened to be the retro thing. So I'm 50-50 on that one, but I do know that there's definitely like a mindset that younger people have, where they're either more drawn to the new or more drawn to the old, because I was drawn to old computers when I was young, which means that those old computers are things that are practically unusable today.
That's a good point. Like the
I
Commodore
learned to
64.
program on a Commodore 64.
Yeah. All that old stuff is like... I mean, at this point, the magnetic media in the discs is getting so old that you can't even expect it to work anymore.
Yeah, that's a thing too. Some of it'll just plain wear out and you won't be able to use them. Now, in the case of DVDs and CDs, those will last a pretty long time.
It depends.
Taken care of, but
it's a hobby that I enjoy a lot, and I can understand why it'd be something that people would be happy to get into.
I'm always glad when younger people are into the retro stuff. I know that, like, when I was growing up, I wanted for nothing. We were very spoiled kids. But on the same token, we really didn't see a point in getting into the newer things, as much as we might have wanted them. We had a Nintendo well into the era that, well into the times that everyone was getting the Super Nintendos and the the Genesis, we were still playing our NES. I mean, it had a lot of staying power, the NES, so it wasn't like that hurt anything. But I didn't touch the Super Nintendo till well after everyone else was done with it, and it was going into the PlayStation era.
Yeah, and my family, we had like, three of us, brother, sister, brother, and our grandmother basically was like super nice about getting us like really good like Christmas presents, and so for Christmas, it was my stepbrother, but my stepbrother got a Super Nintendo, my sister got a Genesis, and I got a TurboGrafx 16.
That is crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy, but like that was my house for a while. And they were all just hooked up in the basement, and we would just play them. So, I mean,
oh yeah, there's a lot to be said about whether you're born way too late or not. I always like to tell people that because like the exact year I was born, like I hit a time when it was just like perfect for everything. I got to see everything come out. We had an Atari was our first system. We had the Nintendo. I saw the Commodore 64 at the end of its life. I saw almost everything that happened with video games from the time I was born, and I was there when the internet was first created.
Yep.
We saw a lot of technology develop, but there's also, you could look at it like you're born in a time when all of this has been so developed that you might see miracles we weren't even thinking about even now in the next 10 years, and you'll have a lot of life left to be able to observe what happens with that.
Yeah, I mean, I've had the same feeling sometimes when I play like some really old games. Like when I think about like the Ultima series, which is an old series that was on like the Apple II and like the PC later on. Like Richard Garriott wrote the first 3 or 4 Ultimas, on his own by himself, and it's like, sometimes I feel like I wish I was born then and I could have done something really cool making video games, but like, there's also something to be said about like now where like, everybody can just hop into Unity for free and make games.
Yeah, I was actually watching someone on my brother's Discord working on some pixel graphics for a game that they're making, and it's just like anyone can do this now that wants to. But the thing is, it's like, yeah, I understand where again, spooky with where technology is going. I have never been a fan of like mobile handheld gaming, not like portable game systems, but like phone games and everything, where everything is free, and because it's free, it's made on the cheap. But the way they make money with it is by having a lot of things that you can download. And to me, that it just makes it seem like every game I try is the exact same game.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Things like that.
But on
the other hand,
there's still a lot of like really great indie creators that are making awesome games these days.
Yeah, especially like Steam is full of independent creators that have made games that, I mean, if I wanted to play a game that was similar to a game I used to like as a kid, chances are I can find one somewhere on Steam, and chances are also pretty good that it'll be more enjoyable than the one I remember.
Yeah. And like, yeah, I mean, like, there's a lot of reasons to be skeptical about the way the technology is going, but like, there's also a lot of reasons to have some optimism too. Like, I mean, we should just say that we play this game called Deep Rock Galactic together a lot, and like, it's so good, and we have so much fun doing it. And like,
I absolutely love that game. It's there have been a couple of games in my life where I could sit down and play it anytime, and just it's always a blast, and that's one of them. And it's been a while since I did that. There was another one. I mean, when Halo 2 came out, all of my friends were playing that.
Yeah.
We were all playing it all the time,
Halo
and
2.
it was a blast. And it had been a very long time since that game where I found another game like that, and Deep Rock was just as fun. But like, that's the thing about it. You just have to. You're basically sitting here waiting for something to come out of left field, because it's going to happen every once in a while. Something will just show up that's astounding, and you'll have that experience in life where you have fun with something for a couple of years. You enjoy something, and then you're kind of waiting to see what happens next.
And it's important to remember that, like, even back in the day, 99% of the games that came out were not amazing, right? Like, for every secret of mana, there's like 10 circus capers. For every
Yeah, and it gets better too, because like there may be a lot to sift through nowadays, but when we had to sift through 800 NES games to try and find one that wasn't made, that wasn't really boring, we had to do it by chance encounters, luck, looking through magazines that may or may not have been telling the truth about how good a game is. We didn't know,
yeah,
so it was kind of a gamble every time you bought a game when you were a kid.
yeah, like a $60 to $80 gamble.
Every time.
Every time. Well, like, the biggest magazine for looking at which games were coming out in Nintendo was a magazine that was wholly owned by Nintendo.
Yes, it was really hard to get a bad review out of those.
Yeah. Okay, I looked around the area and I can't find any more evidence that there's any more coins. How much did demos cost at the time?
Demos usually came with systems.
Well, it depends. Like, okay, so
there was no download thing where you could download a demo.
yeah, right. But there were a lot of like magazines that would come with discs that had demos on them, like the PlayStation magazine did.
Yeah, that's true. The PlayStation stuff,
And-
but
and,
the
like,
cartridge stuff, that just didn't happen.
There wasn't really a way to do demos for cartridges efficiently. It just didn't exist.
There was on the Commodore 64. There was a subscription
Jetpack.
service. You could order a subscription to a monthly disc that you would get, kind of like a monthly magazine.
Right.
And there would be not necessarily like demos, but there would be like homemade games that you could get, and that was always kind of cool. They were just like really simple things that you could mess around with for a while. Demos. The Jam Pack stuff was like the first real demo kind of. Well, actually, the first was the demo discs that came with the Saturn and the PlayStation might have really been the door openers there, because when you bought a Nintendo Entertainment System, for example, when they first came out, they came with a game.
Yeah.
They had like either the Mario and Duck Hunt, or there was the one that came with the Mario and Duck Hunt and Track and Field game.
Yeah.
There was an NES that came with Super Mario Brothers 2 at some point. I think.
mean, I still very fondly remember playing the first demo for Metal Gear Solid, the first one on PlayStation. I had a friend who had a PlayStation and had that demo, and we just went through it over and over and over again because it was so cool.
Yeah, demos were everywhere on the PlayStation because they really wanted to show off the graphics and really wanted to get them into people's homes and say, hey, check these games out. They give you one level of a game, and the next thing you know, it's like, well, that was really cool, and I've never played anything like that before. I should go out and buy the full game. And now it's even better if you just want to test things out, because it seems like everyone on Steam offers a demo version of a game. I've kind of haven't been paying attention to the stream the past couple minutes.
So I went around the apartment building, and I couldn't find any strong evidence that there was any coins that we missed.
Oh, yes, we know the ColecoVision.
Oh, the ColecoVision. Yeah, we have a friend who was a big fan of the ColecoVision. The only thing that I remember fondly from the ColecoVision is playing Frogs and Flies, which was fun, which was a lot of fun. Oh, that's really
I still
cool.
think the Atari version is better, though.
I don't know. I like the ColecoVision better because the ColecoVision version better because of the ColecoVision controller, which has a lot more controllability than the Atari controller did.
Yeah, it's probably just my nostalgia speaking.
That's fair.
I didn't know Donkey Kong was on the ColecoVision. That's cool.
Probably you mean the one that has that like the original, like where it's not even Mario, it's Jumpman technically, right? Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, my first video game experience was playing. My uncle had an Atari. what was it, 5200 or 5600 or something like that? The 5000
20,
series.
probably the 20. Oh, the 5,000.
Yeah.
The first one that I played was the 2600.
Well, so the 5000 series was backwards compatible. It could play 2600 games. I think it was called the 5200. But like my uncle had one of those, and so I played that a ton. And that was when I was like 3 years old. Back in, gosh, yeah, I was probably 3 years old when I started playing Atari, and then I got my NES when I was 6. Sorry. It's always nice to have like those really old stuff collection, because like if you don't take care of it, someone else is gonna mess it up. You know, that's the way I always feel. I might do that someday. It's tough because I guess it's not tough, but it's just one of those things where like I feel like I'm just bragging if I just like show off my collection. And I try to make it about the games and not just the collecting necessarily, but yeah, maybe I will do like a here's my game collection. I'd have to get it all like set up though, because it's like all spread out throughout the house at this point.
Well, you have a pretty solid collection to do that with too. Like, I mean, so we've got one friend who is a really, really, really like high end collector. He gets all the all the really good stuff. Like you name it, he's got it. If it's a game that the Castlevanias that sell for $400, instead of getting a whole bunch of games, he goes for those ones.
Yeah. And he still manages to get quite a few of them, actually.
Yeah. And then there's our other friend, the one that had the ColecoVision. He collects a lot of retro stuff.
Yeah.
And he's very knowledgeable about it. Now, in my case, I'm not so much knowledgeable about it. I've just got the weirdest collection of import games you'll ever see.
Well, the reason you have a lot of those import games is because of that place that opened up near your house, right?
Yeah, and I'm also the reason that they don't have a lot anymore.
Yeah. You and I together, we cleaned them out pretty much.
Yeah.
There was a place that opened up near where we were at, and they like the guy that owned the store, for some reason he was just like, yeah, I'll go to Japan and just buy a bunch of random games off the shelf for cheap and then sell them in the U.S. for a profit. And I was like, sold. I was like, I know that you probably bought this for 150 yen in Japan, but yeah, I'll pay $40 for it.
Transportation fees.
It is kind of, but like, a lot of that stuff just never came out here, and so it was like really hard to find.
Yeah, I'd never heard of games like Night Truth or a lot of the visual novels on Sega Saturn.
And they were really good too. Like I've only seen a few minutes of Night Truth, but it seems like it's really well made.
It is a blast. I won't say that it's really well made. Like some of the art is just very simplistic Sega Saturn anime art. I remember there's a character in the game. She has a dip in the bangs of her hair, and if you stare at it too long, you start to realize that dip kind of shows like it would be carving into her skull if you removed her hair.
Yeah. So we're both originally from Michigan. I suppose you don't mind me saying that, Sin.
Oh no, that's fine. Michigan, USA.
Yeah, Michigan, USA. I'm currently in New Mexico, yeah, that's about that's where we're at. Dozens of feet, yet not a single toe. The one that is hidden beside him doth go. Oh, okay.
We're neighbors.
Yeah, we're neighbors. Well, I guess
I can actually jog to Canada in like 2 hours.
Yeah, you're pretty close to Detroit, so you can get there pretty quickly.
Well, I can look across the river from Wyandotte and see Canada.
Right. Yeah, I mean, we both used to live near Detroit. You still do, Sin, but yeah, I'm a bit further away now. But I've only been to Quebec. Have I ever been to Quebec? I don't even know if I have.
I've never been. I've got family that lives there. That's where my father's side comes from.
I can't remember because I went to Niagara Falls once, but I can't remember whether that's in Ontario or Quebec. I'm really sorry, Spooky, because my knowledge of geography is not great. I don't mean to insult you with my failure of knowledge of Canada. Okay, so it is in. So I've probably never been to Quebec, but it would be nice to go someday. Man and woman seeing all heedless to the raven's call. Silent and hidden the two may be, they be not there for you to see. I speak this with the North Star behind me. No, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I like talking.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put this video up with like a fun subtitle about.
I will.
classic
I will
gaming
probably put a
conversation.
caveat up in the description for the video on YouTube. That's like, most of this is us chatting about video games, but that is also cool. But no, it's nice. It's nice to meet someone new and talk about old video games. So the frankly, my YouTube channel doesn't get a lot of views anyway. So maybe this will be interesting for other people.
Yeah, normally this is the kind of conversation we would be having if he's not streaming. So it's
Yeah,
all good.
that's right. And frankly, I hate to say it, but I probably should finish up soon because I've got to work tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I lost track of time too.
This has been fun. Let's read the memo one more time, and see if we can figure this out. If we can open this up, I mean, we still did find the other coin and have a cutscene, so this has not been a. Is collecting SNES and NES games fun? It's a minefield because there's a lot of really bad ones, but there are a lot of really good ones too. You have to be really careful with the cartridge games because right now there's an industry in China, I guess, where they just basically will make fake versions of the cartridge games, if that makes sense. Like if you buy the stuff on eBay, for instance, you should always make sure that there's a picture of the inside of the cartridge. Yeah, fake copies. Hey, Twin Tornado, good to see you. We're just kind of mostly talking, but also trying to poke at Silent Hill 2. So if you're buying SNES or NES games on eBay, you need to make sure that you aren't so the real games will have actual nice visible chips that you can look at on the inside of the thing, and the Chinese fake stuff will have all this black goop all over everything. So you have to always look out for that if you care about getting real copies. If you're just gonna play it and you don't care about it from a collecting perspective, you can get the fake stuff, but goodness knows what's in it. You know what I mean? I don't know. What do you think, Sid?
I never really got into collecting the NES games so much. Like the NES was still people still kind of had them and played them when I tried to collect a few things, but I got out of it pretty quick, and then it was years later before I really started buying anything again.
Yeah, you got a pretty good Famicom collection, right?
Oh yeah, something like no, not huge, but it's 150 good games that I got just for the Japanese reading.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much of a Famicom collection, but that's pretty cool. Let's read through this riddle one more time before we give up for the night. And I have to go to sleep. So
Sounds good.
we've got two coins. One is a coin of an old man. One is a coin of a woman. The old man coin is silver, and the face is facing to the right, and the gold one is the lady's one is gold. And it's also called the prisoner, in the item screen. So we've got 5 slots in this dresser drawer to put coins in, but there's only 2 coins. And my theory is that there actually are only 2 coins, because there's a bunch of talk in this thing about silent and empty, and and missing, and invisible stuff. So we need to figure out where the man goes and where the woman goes. And maybe that'll solve this question. So first lies the seed of he who is peerless and silent and empty, heartless and fearless. So it's like some kind of king type thing, right? But neither of the coins is a king. Beside him sits one who knows. See, it makes me think that the one who knows is the old man, right? Old man has wisdom.
Seems like it might be the case.
Okay. Then we've got the second verse here. Dozens of feet, not a single toe. I don't even know what that means. Is it just saying distance is far? The one that is hidden, beside him doth go. Seducer of dreams, creature of Hades, lying further from man and closer to lady. So the seducer of dreams, I think, is the raven. Man and woman seeing all, heedless to the raven's call. Silent and hidden the two may be, they be not there for you to see. Return them to whence they would be, and the blessing shall descend on thee. So, I speak thus with the North Star behind me. The birth of the sun is the start of the story. So, like... So if I try to slot this old man coin in, is it like... I don't know. Which way? Oh, actually, let's look at the map real quick. So, the sun rises in the east. So maybe we're looking at this from, like, left to right when we should be looking at it from right to left? Any thoughts, Sin?
Well, I mean, you could try having the two coins face away from each other and leave the two on the left open and leave one on the end open.
Okay, say that again. I'm going to try it.
Two empty, left facing, and then right facing, and then empty.
Okay, so I've got the woman facing to the left. You say put that in which one? Here?
Middle, yeah.
Middle or in the middle?
Yep, in the middle.
Okay. There's that. And then you say put the old man coin where? On the to its...
First try the old man on the one right next to her to the right. And
Over
if
here?
that doesn't work, yeah. And if that doesn't work, try putting him on the end all the way at the right.
My streaming schedule is I try to start. I do Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I try to start at 8 p.m. Mountain. So that's 10 Eastern. Yeah, I have to go to sleep soon too. So I'm totally with you on that. Yeah, but I try to stream on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So that'd be 10 p.m. Eastern. And is Quebec still on Eastern time? I think it is, right? So that would be 10 p.m. your time, I think. All right, then yeah. So I'm doing Subnautica on Wednesdays, and I'm doing Secret of Evermore for Super Nintendo on Fridays. So, yeah. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for chatting. It was really fun talking about old video games.
Yeah, great having you.
Yeah. All right. You said what was your other choice, Sin?
I'll just move the old man coin to the very end.
You mean like all the way over here to the right?
Nope, to the right, yeah.
Yeah, have a good night. Nope, that didn't do it either, unfortunately.
I really think that you need more coins for this.
Oh,
We're
goodness.
missing something somewhere.
You think so? Yeah, you may be right. Gosh. I guess... Well, I guess to avoid having too much... That lock is broken. To avoid having too much time spent... You know what? I haven't been over to room 101 or 104 yet. Recently, I mean. I don't know. There must be something I'm missing, What I might do is I might play a little offline and just see if I can figure out what the next thing to do is, and then we can pick it up again next week, and hopefully I'll have some more information. Maybe. I don't know. What do you think, Sin?
Yeah, and we can you can do your backtracking a bit. I really feel like there's something you have to go back over to maybe get a cutscene or something to find what's next.
Well, so I mean, like, I'd agree with you, except that I've seen. I went through the whole. I'm looking at the whole map, and there's just not a whole lot to do here, right? Like, I went to most of these rooms that are open.
Well, we could always check the rest of them.
Well, no, I mean, I think I checked all of them. Didn't I? Did I miss?
No, I
any?
thought you said you missed 101 and 104.
Did I? Maybe I did. Hold on. No, you know what? I haven't been to 101 and 104 in a while, so I could try going over there again. And I could also try. If you see on the third floor, I could go to 301. There might be something in there too. Well, I mean, what time is it? It's 9:30. I can do a little bit more. Just a little bit.
Oh, I'm down.
All right. I just gotta try to. I gotta try to make sure I stop before 10 o'clock because I will be unable to work tomorrow if I'm not careful. So we need to go up to the second floor. Yeah, we need to go up to the second floor to get back to the other building. So let's start there. Oh, this stairwell is so dark. And just for the heck of it, just look around up here real quick and make sure that his head doesn't turn at anything, but it doesn't look like it does. Okay. So in order to get down there, you need to head south.
That is some 1970s carpeting.
I know, right? Let's try to look at a couple more rooms. I feel like I think I can just barely do it. Okay. So now we need to go downstairs and then through the courtyard. Or, yeah, through the courtyard. Okay, downstairs, through the courtyard. Now, there were creatures in the pool over here that I didn't kill.
Yeah, they're still having a good old time with their water wings and their floaties.
Yeah, having a wonderful time. So the fact is that I haven't actually checked inside there.
That could be what we're looking for then. I mean, they should be pretty easy to take. It's hot shot time.
Come on. Step on it! There. Okay, one down. Reload. Stomp. Holy crap! You were 100% right.
I have my moments.
Okay, well, that was kind of a waste of ammo, but didn't lose too much health.
What did you actually pick up? I missed the name.
It was a coin with a snake on it.
Alright, so we need 2 more coins.
No, I think that's it. Because they say there are 2 that are hidden and not seen. Right?
I feel like there's a raven coin and a king coin or something.
You think so?
I really, really feel that's the case.
Where would they be?
Is there anything else that we passed that we didn't really look at, like the pool? Or is there anything we can do with a knife anywhere out here that we might not have been able to interact with before?
I don't think so.
It just seems a waste of a good order puzzle to not have all 5 coins.
Well, yes, but I feel like they put enough things in the clue that are like, 2 of these things are hidden and you cannot see them, but they are there.
But maybe it doesn't mean you can't see them. Maybe it means that the man and the woman can't see them or something like that.
Maybe, yeah. I guess that's a good point.
That's my first inkling when I read puzzles like that.
Yeah, but it says that men and women see all. Well, we'll try these 2 rooms over here. Ugh. There's a sightseeing brochure that I think we already looked at. Oh yeah, welcome to Silent Hill.
That.
Monsters everywhere. Yeah, there's nothing in here. James is not, like, picking up on anything. So it's not this room.
Remember to look for things you can cut with knives, too.
Yeah, but... But usually he'll look at something like that, too. Like, he'll face it. And he'll be like, hey, there's a thing over here. And then there'll be text for it. I was in here earlier. Lock is broken. A bunch of empty cabinets. Oh, and there's this guy.
Are you still here?
Yeah. I feel kind of sick. I'll be okay soon.
You should get out of this town when you can.
Yeah, I know, but...
Oh, that didn't help.
No, I think that we might have all the coins at this point. I think this might be it.
Unless he's vomiting one of the coins up as we speak.
Seems unlikely. Well, we'll head back to the first floor area and just save, and we'll call it for tonight.
All right.
We'll try the coin puzzle next time. I think that it does specifically say there are two coins there are two things that are hidden, and I feel like we've been everywhere at this point. Twice.
Well, the snake is the thing that has.
The snake
let's
is the
call it
tempter.
dozens of feet. Well,
Yeah.
dozens of feet with no toes.
Yeah.
Although dozens seems like a bit of a stretch for a snake.
Yeah, it does. All right. Well, this has been an excellent stream. Silent Hill, I think this is part 3. We'll continue more on Monday. And I just mentioned the rest of my schedule a little bit earlier, so that is there. And, of course, it's also up on Twitch. Any final words before we close up, Sin?
No, we've got a new coin. We can try to solve a puzzle next time.
Sounds good. All right. See y'all next time.